Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a testing new makeup video because I have a couple of new holiday launches that I really wanted to try out. So since there was quite a bit, I figured we would go ahead and just do it all together. So I just went to the Chanel counter yesterday and I actually picked up a couple of their holiday items, which is a rarity for me because I don't really buy much from them. But I had my eye on their holiday collection this year because I absolutely loved the design that they did. And of course I do have quite a bit of some new face palettes that I bought if you guys watched my Sephora haul, so I really want to test out this new Patrick Ta one today. So yeah, we're gonna do a full face here, so let's go ahead and get started. First up, primer. I am just going to use my trusty Hourglass Veil airbrush, and I actually do have a somewhat newer foundation to use today. It's not like brand new on the market, but it is new this year, and this is the new Lancome Idol Ultra Wear Care and Glow, which I've been hearing really good things about. I picked this up a month or so ago and I have yet to give it a good shot, so I figured we would do that today. I have the shade 305N, and this has SPF 27. It says a healthy glow skincare foundation with like a medium to full coverage, it looks like. So I'm using about a pump and a half of product, and we'll go ahead and even this out along the face. I do really like the coverage here. It has a similar consistency to the original Idol, but I can definitely tell it's not quite as full coverage. So here is how it looks on me. It's not as glowy as I was expecting. So it gives a nice satin finish to the skin, and definitely a medium coverage. It covered up some spots I had, but not completely. I do think it looks nice though on the skin. I have been liking more of that medium coverage, so we'll definitely have to see how this will hold up throughout the day. So as I was saying, I did go ahead and pick up my first Chanel eyeshadow palette here, and this is called the Ombre de Lune limited edition for holiday. They just launched everything online, so I will link it, but I did get mine at the counter at a Von Mar that is in my city. So here is actually what it looks like. They're actually pretty small, which I'm surprised, but what I really wanted this for is because this collection has the Chanel No. 5 perfume bottle logo on the eyeshadow and also on the highlighter, which I'll show you. So I think there's just one eyeshadow palette in this collection. But yeah, I love the embossment. You got your CCs here. There's a little snowflake, it looks like, in the background. A couple little snowflakes on the shadow, and then this one has the gorgeous perfume bottle. These do come with little doe foot applicators. Obviously we're not going to use those, but yeah, I honestly just haven't bought a Chanel eyeshadow because they are so expensive, and I've always heard that they're really not worth it, which, to be honest, a lot of luxury eyeshadows aren't really as good as some mainstream brands today. You're mostly paying for, of course, the brand, and I am a sucker for a good packaging, so that's the reason why this is going to be my first one. I did see those tweed ones they came out with like last month, and I was very tempted by those as well, but we're going to try this out. Let's take a little bit of the CC embossed. It is a little bit shimmery. I'm going to place this in my crease. Okay, so it is pigmented. I wasn't sure really what to expect, but I am using a somewhat larger brush, so it did kind of get a little bit on my lid too, so I'm just kind of blending that out. But it's like a satin color. It reminds me of how Tom Ford satins are. Like, you can definitely wear them in the crease, on the lid, and work with them, kind of similar to a matte. Next, we're going to take the brown, and I'm taking that same brush and placing that in the outer corner. I think that's about as dark as it's going to get for building. I was expecting just a little bit more from that one. We're going to take any excess product and just kind of smoke it under here. Kind of just doing this a little bit more messily. I'm not really sure how to use their shimmers the best, so I am going to take a damp flat brush and dip into that perfume embossed color, which is like this gold, and just place this on the lid. I'll see what it looks like too if I use my finger. But it is very shiny, very metallic. It looks almost like gold foil. And just using my finger, it is packing even more punch there. I'm just adding a little bit more to the lower lash line of the brown that we used, and a little bit more into the outer corner. I wish that shade was a little bit deeper. It is a pretty just neutral palette. I like the colors in here. I thought they were easy to work with, but it's definitely pricey for what you get, which is typical with a lot of luxury products because you do only get 4 shadows like YSL, Dior. They all have that really high price tag, and this look is definitely dupable for sure with some cheaper palettes, but I just thought it would be fun. Again, I mostly got this because I'm a sucker for design and packaging, and I just really wanted to try out the shadows. All right, let's try this new concealer out. It's from Sephora, the Best Skin Ever line. This is their full coverage multi-use concealer, and it's based off of the Best Skin Ever foundation from them. It has a huge doe foot applicator here, so we're just gonna apply a little bit in the corners. I've heard pretty good things about this. So that actually has a really good coverage. It does look a little bit more airbrushed as well. I definitely need a darker color for blemishes, but the under eye shade seems to be good. I did set my face with the One Size powder, and I figured for brows I would use this REM Beauty pencil. I don't think I've used this on camera, but I'm just going to kind of line things. I could be wrong. It's somewhat of a newer release. I know it released at Ulta within the past couple of months. I do think the pencil though is almost a little bit too slippery. Like the pencil is almost too soft where I'm not getting the most precise application. I prefer something a little harder, a little more pointed. And we'll set with just this clear brow gel from Benefit. Let's do a little mascara. I'm so excited to try this one out from Tower 28. This is new, and somehow it already won an award like before it even like launched, which I thought was kind of weird, but apparently it's supposed to be like one of the best mascaras. It says to use the inner wave of the dual-sided brush to build up volume and the longer bristles to lengthen and define. All right, so we'll go in towards the curve here. Okay, I can actually tell that I like this already. I wasn't sure, but I can tell it's a nice lengthening formula. I'm not sure if that's what it meant, but I'm just kind of going over the tips. Wow. What do you guys think? I really like it. All right, let's move on to the cheeks, and I'm gonna try out. This is not a new product, it's just new to me. I've been meaning to try this for a while. This is from Westman Atelier, and it's their stick bronzer. It's called Face Trace Contour Stick in Biscuit. So we're gonna use this. You can apply straight to the face. I like to use a brush. I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 106 and blend some of this onto the top, and then we'll apply a little bit this way. Okay, that's pretty light. I need to get a little more product. Okay, that's better. This is a nice cool tone. I feel like it's hard to find a good cool tone these days. Everything's always so warm. It's a thinner consistency. It has a bit of a glow to it. I'm not sure how I feel about the glow, but we'll probably mattify it with some powder. But you guys know I don't love a super glowy bronzer. But other than that, I think it does look really nice. Let's try out the Patrick Ta New Blush Palette Volume 2. I don't know, for some reason people were complaining about this one. We'll see how I like it. I don't think I'm going to try the highlight today because I do want to try out that Chanel one, but it's supposed to be like a lighter version of the original blush palette that came out last year because that one is crazy pigmented. So typically with a cream blush and powder, you want to do the cream first, but with Patrick's, you want to do the powder first. So we'll go into this coral color. It's called Giving Sun-Kissed. Very pretty color, even just the powder alone. It gives definitely that kind of sunburnt effect. But I can definitely tell it's lighter in tone, but I don't mind because the other ones were very dark for me and I would have to use like barely any product. Now let's dip into the cream and put it over top. This is going to give it a little bit of a glow or sheen, which Patrick's all about the glow, I've noticed. I think that looks very pretty. It doesn't move the foundation as long as you're putting down the powder first. If you start with the cream, it could, but I don't know. I've seen people saying it's a different formula, but to me it seems the same, just lighter. I did add just a bit more of the powder on top and I really like how that looks. But yeah, I feel like the major difference for me is I'm just noticing more glow than typical with his blush formula. But I think the color looks nice. I didn't have any application issues. Now I do feel like I'm already pretty glowy, but we are going to try the Chanel highlighter that's in the collection. So One thing I do like to buy from Chanel is their highlights, because they come out with these gorgeous limited edition designs that are just stunning. And this is insanely huge. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that. This is the Eclat Lunaire Oversized Illuminating Face Powder in the rose, which I think is the lighter tone. There's also one that's more golden, and it has the perfume embossed, so I had to have it. You guys know I'm a perfume junkie, so this just like speaks to my soul. But it's a little dark, so we're gonna see how this will look on me. So I'm gonna dip right in and just take a little bit of product, and we'll just highlight extra along the cheekbones here. I could probably use this too when I'm self-tan, but it's definitely not the ideal color for me. But it is so beautiful. For the lips, I'm gonna go ahead and use this Lisa Eldridge lipstick, because I bought this when they released, and I honestly kind of forgot about it. I have this box of stuff I need to try, and I just heard that these are some of the best lipsticks. They're hard to get. Lisa Eldridge, I believe she started as like a content creator. I think she does a lot of makeup stuff now, especially with her lipsticks, and they are like a velvet lipstick formula. I have Velvet Fawn, and I think you can only get them on her site, and I think they come from the UK. So they do take a little bit to get here. Okay, we're gonna do the Travis lip liner from Makeup by Mario. We'll go ahead and apply this. Oh, that's like the perfect lip liner for this. It is a really nice formula. It's very smooth. It does feel like a velvet, almost whipped kind of texture. Gorgeous color as well. So that one's in Velvet Fawn. I don't know if it's available. I know sometimes they sell out and then she doesn't restock for quite a while. So hopefully there is some available. I know she does a lot for holiday. So here is the completed look. It is very glowy, I'm seeing here, with the glowy foundation. The bronzer and the blush just kind of intensified everything. So I don't know how well this is gonna wear. I'm gonna wear it for a few hours, and I will come back and let you guys know how all the products performed. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so it's been a few hours. I probably should have started this earlier, but that's okay. I do have some thoughts on these products, so let's get into it. Let's start with the Lancome Glow Foundation. It is holding up, it's not breaking apart, and the skin does look nice, but I am definitely getting oily right here, especially in the T-zone. So like I mentioned, it's been only a few hours, so I could just see this getting even more oily throughout the day. But it's not breaking up or anything, so it's like flattering on the skin. And I feel like maybe if you have dry skin, you might like the kind of dewiness that this gives. I have to talk about the Chanel products. My first eyeshadow palette I tried, and I don't know if I will be buying any more from them. This one I just had my eye on since I saw it sneak peeked, and I knew I wanted to get it. I love to review all makeup types, and I feel like sometimes I get kind of hate comments or dislikes because sometimes I like to feature a luxury product, but I also love to feature drugstore products too. I like to try it all, and I'm here to give you guys my thoughts. I kind of wanted just like an everyday kind of neutral palette, and I thought this would be nice, but I feel like it's leaning a little more orangey than I would like. Like, I would like this to be more of a true gold or even a bronze. It's just very bright kind of orangey gold, which I'm not like loving, and I feel like these darker browns don't really show up. Like, I feel like you can't even tell that I tried to deepen up the crease. It looks like I just have this all over the lid, so that's a little bit disappointing to me. In an, I think this is like an $80 little eyeshadow palette. I probably won't be buying many more Chanel eyeshadows. You can definitely get a similar look from like ColourPop. I would spend $80 on Natasha Denona or maybe Pat McGrath instead. But I mean, I tried it out, and there you have it. That's my thoughts on that palette. Let me quick get into the highlight. I do think the Chanel highlighters are more of the thing that I would recommend buying from their line. This is absolutely huge though. They do come out with a lot of similar shades, different years, different collections, so definitely be on the lookout if there is one that speaks to you. They all have like different designs, but yeah, I do love the perfume embossed on here. It will take me so long to go through even a little bit of this product, but I think the color, we made it work, but it is looking just so shiny in this area, and I'm wondering if that's from the blush or what is happening. I have last year's spring highlighter from them. It's a little bit lighter, and I think I like that one a little bit more, but I do like the design more in this large one. The Sephora concealer is looking amazing under the eyes. I don't see anything, any dryness, any fine lines. It looks really good under there, and I feel like it's still gonna go strong for a few more hours. So I think this is a winner for sure, and it's pretty affordable too. This is also a big winner for me. I was unsure how I would feel about this one, but sometimes high-end mascaras I just feel like are a bit overpriced. I like a lot of drugstore ones, but there is a few high-end mascaras I will pay for, especially if they do a good job, and I do think that this one looks really nice on the lashes, and it did not smudge under the eyes, even though I'm more hydrated under here. Sometimes when I'm too glowy, my mascara will smear more, and it looks perfect under there. So honestly, I think this is a really good buy. I am very picky with cream bronzer, and I feel like this one has faded a lot throughout the day. I like the color, but it's just not the formula that I like. I did a whole cream bronzer ranking, and I do prefer kind of more of a thicker formula that's a little bit more mattifying, almost like a cream to powder. It just works better for my skin. This had a bit too much glow. It was really easy to blend. So if that sounds like something you would like, if you like something a bit more natural but you want something cooler, then maybe try this one, but it's just not my kind of favorite. Then we have the Patrick Ta blush palette. I thought this was pretty normal at first. Like, it seemed kind of like the other one, just a lighter version, but there is definitely like a glossy look here, and I don't know what is up with that. Usually his cream blushes, they give off a nice glow, but not like to this extent. This is a lot. Like, it looks like I put on a lip gloss on my cheeks. The color has faded a bit in just a few short hours. I could see a little bit, and I feel like the powders in here I would use, but it's something going on with the creams that is just making it that extra glow. So I feel like I almost like last year's palette a bit more formula wise. It has a little bit more matte to it, because I never really have this issue when I use his singles. So I don't know if something is up with the creams in here that's maybe not exactly like his usual formula. They just seem really extra glossy. So I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling about this one yet either. But I'm kind of leaning towards liking last year's better, or just picking up the singles. Like, She's So LA is one of my favorites from them. The REM Beauty Brow Pencil is definitely a pass for me as well. It made my brows look a little too thick. It was too slidey and slippery on the brows, so this is not my favorite kind of pencil. I seem to struggle with this brand. I haven't found a ton from them that I'm in love with, but I definitely have better brow pencils than this. And then for the lipstick, I'm loving this Lisa Eldridge one. The color is still going strong. Gorgeous formula, so comfortable on the lips. This is a real winner for me too. Definitely check out her lipstick line. Let's do a little powder here, because I'm going to continue wearing this so you can see it calm down just a bit. Like, so that looks pretty normal, but I can definitely tell still that some of that cheek color has faded. So not sure what is going on with that, but the foundation does still look good after powdering, and my makeup looks a lot better. But I wanted to show you guys in real life how it would look if you didn't touch up, because I always have to touch up because I just get so oily. I definitely will let you guys know in a product updates about these things if my mind has changed at all. These are my first impressions, but I wanted to try these products out with you. Everything I use will be linked down below. Let me know your opinions on these things. Let me know, have you guys tried Chanel eyeshadow, and what is your thoughts on it? Because I am just not convinced. I kind of figured it would be like that anyway, but I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.